What if we made a restaurant that would only serve you starters or appetizers? First, we make them crave for a delicious main course meal, only then to make them leave wanting for more. In a world full of restaurants that aim to satisfy your belly, we'll be making a starter-only restaurant, effectively torturing customers by giving them a taste of something so good only to realize they're not getting any more than that, leaving the restaurant with a half-empty stomach and a craving for even more food. I like the idea of torturing my customers, if you haven't caught on already. And we're here today at Restaurant Tycoon 3 to do exactly that. In this playthrough, we'll strictly be using starters, and we won't be using any mains or desserts or even drinks. But you see, we have a slight problem. We start off with a main. So we're gonna have to look for our first starter by doing these little tasks on top of our screen. I accidentally chose a pretty bad layout for min-maxing, so we're gonna have to take down everything, and I mean everything. We'll be keeping the sign though, just because I could. We're gonna try to cram as many chairs as we can to one table, and oh my god, I'm already seeing how painful this is gonna be doing everything on mobile. Well, it was a lot cooler in my head. I wanted it to look like the bushes were propping the sign up, but it looks decent to say the least. We have our very first 8-piece table. So we have 8 seats over here, and hopefully it turns out to be worth it because I shelled out most of my money for this one. Let's welcome our first guest, shall we? And it's already a table of 8. I'm not sure if this is a good thing, but we're not doing this for the money. We're just cooking this so we could get our first starter. Fortunately for us, we got the Cook 5 Dishes quest, and if we got any of the other quests where you had to actually serve food, we might be in big trouble and have to start the playthrough from the start all over again. Anywho's, we've got our first starter now. I'm not really sure which one's the better option, but let's get sushi and see where we go from there.
Anyway, we don't need these customers anymore since they're getting ramen.
And it's strictly gonna be starters from here on out. Alright, you've done your part, my friend. We don't need you anymore. Alright, that's perfect. 7 paying customers. And by paying, I mean we're letting them pay because we're actually using starters now. Alright, it's gonna be a little painful doing all of this, but it should be pretty fast until we get our next chef. So let's see how long it actually takes. To my surprise, nigiri takes less time to make because it's only a 2-step process, so I think we're gonna switch to that. Getting a new cook or chef costs around 200, and I don't think we have that much money yet. We're currently at 92, so I think we're just gonna have to wait a little more. So unfortunately, that means there's still a lot more cooking ahead of us, but whatever, let's get this over with. Just a little correction, I did say it's 200, but it's actually 250 for a chef. So anyway, we got one already, and finally I could stop cooking. But I might have to step in from time to time. I mean, I still got the quests up on the top, and of course things could get a little slow with just one chef. So let's just see what happens. Well, I haven't moved much from my spot, but this should be another quest done, and we've got a new starter. I'm not actually sure if this is better or not. So it's also $6, but I'm not really sure if that's better. Let's see if it's faster than making nigiri, and then we decide which one to take out. They actually use the same steps, like chopping and then boiling, so it's not really that different. Or rather, they're exactly the same in terms of time. So it might just be better to keep them both there until we find a better starter. I didn't have enough money for chairs, but I did get another table because we do have this Seat 5 customer groups quest, and this just might speed things up. So the previous quest didn't give us a new starter, but we did get a couple of chairs, and let's see if our money goes up much faster this time around. Anyway, our next quest or mission just finished, and let's see what we get. We got tempura, and it's a legendary. Oh my god. Alright, let's take everything out of the menu. We're only selling tempura now. Well, that just doubled our income, I guess. Well, supposedly it doubled it. Well, we previously were selling things for $6, but now with tempura, we're getting 13 per plate. Well, so much for tempura. I think we just got the best starter in the game. Well, I think it is at least. Well, it doesn't seem too hard to boost it, but I do notice the apples. Apples aren't easy to get. I think you're gonna have to farm these or get these from the farmer. We're getting a huge influx of orders, and this is proving to be a little difficult to do with just one chef. And honestly, we're selling rainbow sushi, and this gives us a pretty fat paycheck, so I don't really mind. And there was this update that came out, I think a few days ago, so we can set the time of day now, and we'll probably set it permanently to midday, since it's brighter and hopefully a better viewing experience. At this point, the money's just gonna keep growing. And honestly speaking, I don't think a waitress is just necessary at the moment. We might need a couple more chefs, but I want to get some more seats first before we get to that. And there you have it. We got another table of 8. And don't ask me why I didn't finish this other table first, even though it was here first. I think a couple more chefs might be necessary. I mean, I'm helping him out at the moment, but the orders are coming in pretty fast, especially with 2 8-seat tables and one 6-seat table. And hey, look, I leveled up. I thought I maxed out everything considering I've been playing this game for a while, but it looks like I'm just not done yet with this game. We finally got our last 8-seat. Well, it's not gonna be our last, but we're gonna get a fridge now because I want to work on getting that boost for our rainbow sushi. And once we do get that boost, we'll be getting a nasty 25 to 30% more money on each sold rainbow sushi. Ah yes, the more I hear myself talk, the more I see myself as a freaking nerd. But it seems like bread is pretty expensive, so I don't think it's possible to get that at the moment. Let's check out the fish though. And the prices are not any better. What does this do? Oh, I think you can make your own roll. Well, I didn't even know this was possible. Well, it absolutely sucks at $14. Let's get rid of this from our menu before we actually sell it anywhere, because we're not going to be selling this. We're doing a starters only challenge. Gonna be real though, I expected a lot more from those custom meals, custom orders, whatever you call it. Anyway, since the boost is looking kinda expensive at the moment, we'll just work on that later. Well, guess who showed up again today? It's always nice to see a rude customer come around every once in a while. And you already know the drill, this guy is definitely getting it. Alright, get out of here. What? I'm not sure if that's a bug, but I'm pretty sure some of these guys are a lot more tolerant. Well, whatever, we'll do our best to get the next rude customer, but this time I think I'm gonna have to help our chef a little bit because we're getting a ton of orders. And it's always so great to have VIP customers around, especially in the early game since we don't really get a lot of ways to get money. Right now though, I think we could use some more upgrades. Maybe another chef would help us. I mean, we have the money for it anyway. Maybe a couple of upgrades for our only server would do because, well, she's the only one around and she's been really helpful, especially with the amount of customers coming in. Well, I definitely forgot about the tip jar. This would significantly increase the amount of money we're getting, and we're also gonna get basic advertising just because I want some more people to fill up our tables. I don't really have a spot for it, so just about the fridge should do the trick. We've also got a quest to use 50 cash on furniture, so I said why not put a trophy on our order station for everyone to see. We're also about to finish our 5th table, but we're short $1. But thank God we have this tip jar, so we just have enough for another chair. Having money is an absolute blessing, and I don't think we'll have any after we buy this chair, so maybe we'll just have to wait for a bit until we could do something else. It certainly has been a hot minute. I don't think you guys noticed just because a moment ago we didn't have any money, but we have around 600 now. And now we're gonna be getting our rainbow sushi upgrade just because we can afford it, and it'll increase our sales by possibly 25 to 30%. Haha. Alright, this isn't funny because I thought they sold apples at the supermarket and we don't have any apples, so we might have to farm our own. Well, that's certainly new. That's the first for me. Well, it's the first for me seeing the star rating go up, so I guess we're 1 star now. That's pretty great, but that's not gonna be enough to increase our sales. So I did get some upgrades. We have some more staff now, well, some better staff, and I hope the money starts rolling in faster. Okay, everybody, the money's back now. We've got around 4 grand, but I'm thinking of some other upgrades. We're not gonna be going straight for some 5-star things. I think we could get a new kitchen. We're getting level 2 kitchens, but I don't think we could afford the level 3 kitchens just yet. So I think we can go for something else at this point. Well, print advertising doesn't sound like a bad idea, so why the heck not? So I guess it's about time we remove our current equipment and replace it with our new ones. So yeah, this is gonna be a little more expensive than what I expected. We probably wouldn't be able to afford the level 3 kitchen even if we did get the initial upgrade. And there you have it. That's our level 2 kitchen down. It shouldn't really impact our star rating a little bit. I don't think it's going to impact it at all, but it will make a couple of cooking processes faster, and I'm really in for that. Yet another satisfied customer. Thank you for dining with us, sir, and I hope you come back with even more money. Yet another completely satisfied customer. 2 in a row, but it looks like she just left. Well, someone has to pay for her meal though, so y'all are still gonna get billed for that. Don't worry about it. Well, we've got a bit more pocket money this time around, so I think we could get another upgrade, but I'm still considering which one I want to get. You know what? Billboard advertising doesn't sound too bad, especially now that we have some empty tables. We gotta fill those up. And since we've got some money left, I think we could get level 3 kitchens and start upgrading what we have right now. This would significantly improve the speed of making things. At least for me. That took a lot more time than it should have, but we've got our level 3 kitchen down and we should be seeing faster returns. I'm not sure, but at least when I cook something in that stove, it should be a lot faster. Well, let's see if the farmer has apples for sale for our upgrade for rainbow sushi, but I don't think he has any, so unfortunately I think we'll have to wait a little more. Well, I forgot to put down the level 3 order counter, but here it is. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the level 3 kitchen. I'm not sure if it's gonna affect the ratings, but it should be pretty good to have this around. Well, I did notice that it is a lot faster cooking on the new kitchen, but unfortunately, I did have to cook because, well, there's a lot of people coming into our restaurant right now. Maybe it's because of that billboard upgrade, but who knows? I'm most certainly not about to turn down an opportunity to make a lot more money. Oh wow, I didn't even realize I have some more levels to go. I thought I've been playing this game for quite a while now, but apparently not. I changed up the sign a little bit by adding a rock, and we've got a crap ton of money. So let's see if we can finally get that rainbow sushi upgrade. Holy crap, this stupid farmer finally has apples. I think it's time we get that stupid upgrade. Finally, I've waited so many hours for that apple to show up, and we finally have our rainbow sushi upgrade. I'm at a literal loss for words. I actually don't know what to do next. Well, for starters, these stars are a little bit of a problem. I think we're gonna have to bump up our rating now and maybe build an actual store instead of keeping everybody outdoors. We've got a crap ton of cash, and of course we have to commemorate this moment by pissing off yet another rude customer. It never gets sold. And we've actually got a ton of cash. We've got 20 grand on hand, and this is gonna be pretty important because we're gonna be moving everybody indoors and possibly increase our star ratings as we go along the way. Well, we've got nothing better to do, so let's get started by renovating the place a little bit. Starting with my adorable little sign that's been with us ever since the start of this stupid journey. And you know what? It still makes sense. I don't think I'm gonna change this anymore. Well, I changed my mind. I think this rock looks a lot better here. And the sign's gotta look the part too, for bum starters. And you know what? I think I like the way it looks now. And I guess it's time to work on the actual store. So this thing's gonna take a while. I'll probably time-lapse the whole thing so you guys can see. I think I'm liking the current look of the facade. Well, we've got some things to work on inside, but this is more or less what I'm trying to go for. Well, that was an enjoyable 40 or 50 minutes of my life, but we've got things down, and I think I'm really liking the way this place looks. I'm not gonna lie though, doing something like this on mobile is pretty damn crazy because that took a crap ton of time. Doing this on mobile is definitely not easy, but I think that's part of the challenge I entered, so I don't think it's a completely bad thing. But I'm just putting it out there. It's still enjoyable, but it might take a lot more time if you're doing this on mobile. And as you can see, we're mobilizing the next step of our plan, and that's to decorate the whole place until we get 5 stars at least on atmosphere. So this thing's gonna take a while because we're gonna put a bunch of things down. And I guess I won't put you guys all through it. I'll be speeding things up because, well, this is gonna take a crap ton of time and it's not gonna be an easy task. I'm gonna make sure things still make sense where I put them. Well, that's another 22 minutes of my life gone, but I think we did it. We've got 5-star atmosphere. And we're not done with the job just yet. We've got hygiene to go for, and maybe we're gonna get a few expansions. While I'm recoloring this door, let's think about our next upgrades. I'm thinking about expanding towards the back because I don't want to be too much on the sides. So I'm thinking about some additional tables at the back, and of course the restroom that we're gonna build to get our 5-star hygiene. And this door doesn't look half bad. Let's actually see how it looks like up front. And yeah, I think I could live with this. Well, our front definitely looks good. I haven't really talked about this much since we finished the build, but oh my god, I think our place looks pretty great. And without further ado, let's get started with our back expansion and also our restroom because we want to get that 5-star hygiene rating. I think that's our main priority here. So I quickly want to talk about the restroom that I have in mind. We have a bit of a unconventional shape over here. As you can see, it's on a diagonal. And for the reason why I did this is, no particular reason at all. I just think this thing's very quirky. So I guess that's one reason. And possibly the only reason we'll need to build this thing. Okay, let's get started with building the stupid restroom. I spent a few minutes on these doors and I think they look pretty good. I know coloring gendered bathrooms might not be something we're fond of nowadays, but honestly, I think it just looks good. I could give less of a crap. Well, for the sake of simplicity and my mental health, I'll just keep things simple and have 2 gendered bathrooms. Maybe we can consider making some more on another playthrough. Just a quick rude customer break. Let's see what happens. Well, it did say we did a good job, so I'm not gonna be too worried about that rude customer. Two toilets separated by a rock. What could possibly go wrong? If you plan on going to this place with your friends, be sure to check out the restrooms and take it together. And by take it, I mean take a Alright, let's make this place feel like home and feel like you actually want to use it. I don't want people to feel uncomfortable in our comfort rooms. Alright, that's perfect. And we've got hygiene at 5 stars. I think we did everything right. And that should be it for our restrooms. Let's see what other things we can do now. But of course, I want to take this opportunity to improve our staff and possibly improve our services. Maybe get a lot more people in and get more money out of them. Speaking of money, I completely forgot about my tip jar. I guess we could just put it down somewhere, but anywhere should work. Maybe here. Yeah, there you go. I think everything's fine now. And since we expanded, we could totally work on the back side. Make it look like our front side, just because we can. Oh, perfect. Everything looks like they belong now. And I guess we could work on some other things meanwhile. Well, we've got this big empty spot now, and I thought we could maybe put something there, and I think a piano would just work perfectly for our restaurant. Feast your eyes on this, everybody. A purple piano in the middle of the room. You don't get to see that every day. And finally, we're getting some good ratings out of our food critics, and that's actually one of the things that I wanted to address in the first place. And finally, to wrap the challenge up, we're gonna try to get across to the 4-star range, and we're gonna get a couple of expansions. But I thought we could upgrade some of our staff first before we get some of those other expansions, so we could get some more service ratings before we work on the expansion ratings. Well, that barely made a nudge, so I guess we're just hopping right into the expansions now. Well, after a few expansions, we're still at 3.7 stars, so I think we're gonna need a lot more than what we currently have, at least. And I'm actually hoping that upgrading our servers and our chefs would actually push that star rating up to 4 by getting our service rating up. So let's see if that happens. And we could also get some expansions, but let's see our star rating at the moment. I don't think it's gonna change right away, but we'll see in a moment. Well, service definitely went up from 4.2 to 4.4, and expansions maybe a little bit, but we're gonna need a lot more than that. I actually thought about it. I think it's only a little bit more until we get that 4-star rating, so I guess why not get a drive-thru since we've got a right side that feels a little lonely. I thought about it a little bit, and I think I'm gonna want a 2-entrance drive-thru or just 2 lanes of drive-thru just to keep things efficient. And unfortunately, one of our tables has to go just because we need to make the drive-thru accessible, because we're gonna have to hand over food from our chef's counter, our dining area, into the drive-thru area. Well, this thing has to look good, so there has to be a window that you could see over on the other side, and it makes the inside a little more spacious. But of course, we're also gonna need a door, because our drive-thru workers are gonna have to come out and hand over the food. And of course, some fancy pathing to bring the outside area to life. And since the wall looked a little too bare, we are gonna be adding some flutes onto it because, well, it's just my go-to piece, and honestly, it just looks great. We're rudely interrupted by a rude customer, so it's absolutely necessary we set him on fire. Well, anyway, I think we're almost there. We are still at 3.8 stars, but service is definitely up, and expansions, I think, is something that we'll have to go for until we get that 4-star rating. But actually, we didn't have to do any of that because our rating slowly crept up to 4 stars for some reason. So I guess it doesn't automatically reflect. Let's just get rid of this magic sushi because it doesn't really do us any good and we haven't actually served it. But there we go. We finally hit 4 stars, and I don't think we're gonna get any better than that because we're only doing starters. We have an absolute limit on the food category, and honestly, this is already pretty great. All that's left now is to figure out how much money we're making over here. And tada, it's been one whole in-game day and we got 5,000, so I assume that's 10 minutes of our time, and that should be around 30,000 an hour, and that's absolutely not bad for a starter-only challenge restaurant. Anyway, I think that's all for now. We'll wrap it up right over here, and I'll see you guys around. Thank you.